Okay.
It's taping.
Okay. Hello, St. Markians. My name is Lorna Garner. When Pat sent out a request for devotions for Christmas week, one of the suggestions he gave was to relate a story about a hymn. It could be a story about what the hymn means to you or what the story was behind the hymn. A few weeks ago, I received blank Christmas cards from one of the organizations that sends them out every year with their request for contribution. On the front of one of the cards were the words, "A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices." What appropriate words for this year. On the inside of the card were the words to "O Holy Night," and on the back was the song behind the carol. I am using that in an article written by Hope Bollinger for Christianity.com to share with you. This song reflects on the night of Jesus' birth as written in Luke 2:4-12. Joseph went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he belonged to the house and line of David. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger because there was no room available to them. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over the flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news of great joy that will come for all people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you. You will find a baby wrapped in clothes and laying in a manger." In 1847, a French priest commissioned a song for his parish. Composer Placide Cappeau finished his poem, and he was pleased with his work, and he asked his friend Adolphe Charles Adams to compose the music. The song was sung for Christmas Eve Mass. Initially, Cantu du Noël, the song's French name, which I totally mangled, was widely loved. Later, church leaders learned that Cappeau was a socialist and Adams was a Jew, and the song was banned from services. But the French people loved it so much, they continued to sing it. 10 years later, John Sullivan Dwight introduced it to America. An abolitionist, he identified with the third verse, which spoke of breaking the chains of slavery and seeing every man as our brother. Although banned in France, Cantu du Noël became popular with Americans. Then, on Christmas Eve in 1871, in the midst of fierce fighting between France and Germany during the Franco-Prussian War, an unarmed French soldier jumped out of the trenches, walked onto the battlefield, and started singing the first verse of this song in French. After the French soldier sang all three verses, a German soldier emerged and started singing the German hymn. Fighting stopped for the next 24 hours in honor of Christmas Day. Temporary peace was initiated by O Holy Night. O Holy Night not only reflects the night of Jesus' birth, but shows us something else once we know the history of the song. Through a man who lost his faith and a Jewish man who composed the music for the song, God's message shines through. By using the American abolitionist Dwight, God spread the song across the globe. I believe God inspired and protected that French soldier when he stepped out of the trenches to sing. As you sing carols out loud and in your head this year, take time to think about the message of the songs and what they mean. Consider the words you are singing and the truths they proclaim about Jesus Christ, our Savior. Merry Christmas.